Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Naskita. Hi, say what now? Could I get a sound check, please? Pretty please. Let me know if you can hear the game music and if you can hear me. Sounds good. Yippee! The Ruko, Ruko, the thumbnail is hella majestic. Thank you. It was drawn by Mabel. And fun fact to anyone here who knows Yuko and Uriel, but I have a version of that piece of artwork of me holding both Yuko and Uriel in my hands. I have an image of the thumbnail, but instead of the words, I have Chibi Yuko and Chibi Uriel in my hands. I hope. Yes. Internet's on. I got my ISP. My ISP came over today. That's why I spontaneously started a stream. I wasn't gonna stream today, but my ISP came over today and did some things. So I don't know what he did, but I'm hoping it's better. Mabel the goat. Yes. Yes. I should post that picture. It's super cute. I have them in the palm of my hand. It's very cute. Yes. I'll post that after the stream then. And also, who is that? You mean this character right here? This is Hyacinth? Hyacinth. She's a new character. She's the one that everyone kind of makes fun of for her giant unicorn. But I kind of love him. I love him. I'm not caught up with the story at all, but I love him. Yes. But yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago I had called my ISP for, you know, just to see if they can come over and fix my my internet for me, you know, get it smooth going. And I was ghosted. I was completely ghosted for 2 weeks. And then I decided to try again last Friday, so I called and again I got voicemail. So I left my voicemail and I was gonna be really bummed out thinking that I was, you know, going to be ghosted again. But no, he called back. He called back pretty much immediately. And he was like, oh, today's actually my day off. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're calling me back on your day off. First of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, amazing. But then, where was I going? He was like, okay, well, what if I come over on Sunday? On Sunday, I'll come by and take a look. And I was like, great, I can do Sunday. He was like, cool, I'll call you. And I was like, wait, when are you coming over on Sunday? He was like, I'll call you in the morning. And I was like, that's ominous. I was kind of worried. I was like, this is kind of ominous. On Sunday, he didn't call. So I was literally like, I'm getting ghosted. I'm so getting ghosted. So I messaged him. I was like, hey, are you still coming over? And he was like, sorry, my van broke down. I took the day off. I was like, oh, okay, that would have been nice to know. So then he was like, okay, well, I'll come over tomorrow. And I was like, pause. I have work tomorrow. I'm not going to be home. And he was like, no problem. And I was like, what does no problem mean? Are you going to come over? And he was like, don't worry about it. I'll call you in the morning. I was like, pause. What do you mean you'll call me in the morning? I just told you I'm not going to be home. And he was like, so then today, this morning, I was waiting for this call and it never came. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting ghosted again. So I sent a follow-up message like, hey, are you actually coming over? And he was like, yeah, can you do 5 o'clock? And I was like, no, but I'll make it happen. So I went to my manager and was like, can I go home early, please? And they were very nice about it and they said yes. So I came home and he was already sitting outside. And I was like, that's kind of creepy, but okay. Anyways, he came in, he did what he needed to do. So now, last time I was playing Star Rail, it didn't go well. But so far, doesn't look like anything has happened so far. It doesn't look like it's lagging yet. Yeah. Right? Thanks for the heads up. Like, it would have been nice to know. He just kept going like, I'll call you in the morning. Do you know how suspicious that is? To say, I'll call you in the morning? But yeah, once he got here, he was very nice. And he got everything done very quickly. So I'm happy about that. Now it's just a matter of making sure everything does work. Yes, the chonk unicorn. Honestly, I know a lot of people make fun of, like, they don't like the whole remembrance thing in Star Rail from Amphorius, but I kind of like it. It's something new. So the last time I streamed Star Rail, I got Castoris. And then recently I got Hyacine. Now I was going to pull for the Herda, as I mentioned before, but Finon is coming out soon, and I need all the pulls I can get for Finon. Anyways, so my main goal right now was to test out Internet-san to make sure everything is working, because I think Honkai Star Rail was the thing that really messed me up the most last time. So let's give it a shot. Now I know these characters aren't the best ones for this, but you know what? Whatever. As long as I can beat it, it's fine. Whatever gets their HP down to 0 is fine. But yeah, how was your day? How did your day go? I've been through so many emotions today, but I'm glad that everything ended up on like a good note. So, yeah. It was kind of crazy because today there was like literally no one at work. I was the only one there. So I'm glad that I was able to get some time off at the end of the day, even though it was for an ISP appointment, but you know, it's fine. Busy Monday doing cleanup from the weekend. Yes. Oh my gosh, it rained so hard on the weekend. It was kind of insane. My coworkers were like, oh, what did you do over the weekend? And I was like, literally nothing. I'm sorry, I'm kind of boring like that. A lot of reorganization. Yes, I also reorganized my room. Really poorly, but you know, it is what it is. You got the phone open. Aw, thank you. I haven't touched the gym since high school. Man. I thought about this, right? Because my workplace gives us kind of like a health and fitness subsidy that I think it's like $100 every year. And I know I can use it on a gym, but I feel like that would just be a waste because I wouldn't want to go. Look at him! Look at him go! I can't. I love Ika. I love it. Yeah, see? I kind of love the whole summons thing in Remembrance. I didn't think I was going to pull for Castoris, but I'm a sucker for dragons. I love dragons so much. Looks like it might rain here. I enjoy the rain. I really do enjoy the rain. There's something I love storms. There's something about hearing how hard the rain hits against windows and stuff that I really, really love. As you know, as long as I'm not outside, there's something about like how hard wind blows and how hard the rain hits the windows that I really, really love. YouTube Premium? I actually have YouTube Premium. I pay for the family plan That way I give access to my siblings, and then I quote unquote joke that they owe me for that, and they owe me at least a banh mi every month. I haven't gotten a banh mi in like 2 months, so the rent is due. You like the feeling of cloudy? I'm the opposite, Naskita. I enjoy the rain. Cloudy is... Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of weather makes me sleepy. Too much sun makes me sleepy. Too much cloudiness makes me sleepy. Too cold makes me sleepy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a really sleepy person. The ambient. When a few years ago, I couldn't sleep without white noise. Like I couldn't sleep without something in the background. So I would listen to a lot of those, you know, rain in the background as you sleep videos. But I think my my inability to sleep got worse. So to the point where the sound of rain and stuff wasn't helping. So in the end, now I have to listen to actual voices and speaking and stuff to get me to sleep. My crazy sleep said, don't call me out on that. Don't call me out on that. Usually on the weekends, I sleep in a lot. On weekends, I do not know breakfast. But let me tell you, this whole thing with the ISP where he was like, I'll call you in the morning, and each time he said that it was on a weekend, that meant I was awake. I was awake by like 7 in the morning every morning on the weekends, and considering I sleep at like 3 or 4 in the weekends, man. But it's not like I could tell him, hey, I'm still gonna be asleep in the morning. Can you call me not on in the morning? Destruction and erudition. Have I tried melatonin? I haven't. I feel like I should try. I don't think I'm gonna buy a bottle when I try it. I know my friend takes it, so I might just ask her to, like, you know, not borrow some, but like have a couple of her melatonin to see if it works. You always sleep 12 plus hours of the weekend. I feel that, yes. 100%. In fact, my family gets worried if I get up too early on the weekends. They're like, what's going on? Do you have something to do? Why are you awake? Though recently, I think I mentioned this, but my brothers in school, they're teaching the recorder. They're teaching the recorder. I'm sure you guys know where this is going, but my brother has obviously, since he's much younger, he goes to sleep much earlier than I do, which also means he wakes up a lot earlier than I do. And when he wakes up, he may be bored. And what does a child do when he's bored and he has a recorder in his hand? He plays the recorder. So for the past couple of weeks also, I've been woken up by hot cross buns. I've been woken up by Amazing Grace. I've been woken up by Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. All played on a recorder. Oh my goodness. Ooh. They have gummies. Yes, here's the thing. My friend and I were very alike in that when we take vitamins and stuff, we definitely prefer the gummies because we are grown adults. We will buy the gummies. Beastmaster's Rain Wheel. I don't know what that is, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll be honest, I don't read these things because I know I can defeat the domain without them, so I just don't read them. Haha. You sleep in until 1 or 2 sometimes? Me too. Me too. Or, well, the thing is, I'll wake up around 1, but if I wake up earlier, I'll just lie in bed until it hits 1. Yes, the torture of recorder. When I was also his age, I also played the recorder. And then my mom bought it for me. She actually bought the actual recorder. I'm kind of embarrassed to say I promptly lost it. Sorry, Mom. Plays the Jurassic Park theme song? Yes. I don't think he can play that, but hey, if he's playing Amazing Grace, he might as well learn the Jurassic Park theme song. Hi, Al. Just checking in. Thanks for checking in. Hope you're having a good day. I'm just lying there. Exactly. Honestly, on Saturday, my sisters were out there being productive and stuff. And I laid in bed. You know what? Spend and... And oh, my uncle, here's something that's kind of funny. We're Chinese, and my uncle grew up in China, which means he follows the lunar calendar more, the old calendar. So for him, his birthday happened over the weekend, and none of us knew that because we don't follow the old calendar. So when he made seafood the other day, and we were like, okay, what's the special occasion? Haha, wow, he made seafood. He was like, it's my birthday. And my siblings and I, we all kind of looked at each other in panic, like, oh no. Because none of us prepared anything for his birthday. What's the difference? One of them follows the moon. I believe that's why it's the lunar calendar. And then for us, we follow January, February, March, April, May, June, whatever. So according to, I don't know how it works completely, but according to the lunar calendar, my mom and I, we actually share the same birthday, even though I'm November 8th and her birthday it's also in November, but it's a completely different day. Ooh, sea biscuit. Abundance, destruction, nihility. Let's go with this one. Domain? Sure. But yeah. So on Sunday, my sister and I... Well, my sister was trying to plan out what to get my uncle for his birthday. Because my uncle's a very pragmatic man. Like, he likes things that are useful. He's blunt. He's not afraid of telling us what he thinks. So we wanted to get him something useful. But of course, there's also a bunch of things that we can't get him because of superstitions. Like, I don't know if you guys have superstitions like this in your cultures, but in our culture, we're not allowed to give clocks because it means stuff like, oh, your time is running out, you know, symbolizing death. We're not allowed to give knives because sharp, death. We're not allowed to give wallets because it means like you're giving away your money. What else? But yeah, we just have a lot of superstitions like that where we're not allowed to do certain things or give certain gifts for presents and stuff. So my sister was like, what if I got him a kitchen knife? And I was like, no, we can't do that. Yeah, that's why Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, whatever, isn't the same day. It depends on whatever the lunar calendar is. Which is why it's also such a surprise when I'll be just going about my day and my uncle will come up to me one day and go like, happy birthday, it's your birthday, and he'll give me some birthday money and I'm like, no, my birthday, it's not my birthday, what are you talking about? He's like, yes it is, it's your birthday, silly. And I'm like, what? Yeah, gift giving is hard. So like I said, my uncle likes really like useful gifts. But because I'm not super close with him and like because I was in high school at the time and I didn't have money, usually I would just give him chocolate. I would just wrap up a box of chocolates and I'll give it to him. And because it's chocolate, he's used to us giving him chocolate. It's like, it's a gift, but whatever. So one day, I actually decided I'm gonna get him this really nice razor. Like, it was a Gillette razor. And I don't know, guys, like, I figured Gillette is a pretty good brand. I don't know anything about razors. But it looked very nice. It looked very useful. So I wrapped it up, and on Christmas, was it Christmas? It was either Christmas or his birthday, something like that. But I gave him his gift, and because the razor came in like a rectangular box, he held the present. He was like, it's another box of chocolate. And he doesn't even open it. He just puts it aside. He puts aside this box, and here I am. I was like kind of anticipating him opening this present because for once it wasn't chocolate. And he was like, oh, it's chocolate. And he puts it aside and he goes about his day. And I was like, oh, okay. But I still had the whole thing of this the first time giving him a gift that isn't chocolate, so I still wanted it to be a surprise. So I never told him it wasn't chocolate. I just waited for the day that he was gonna open this present. And then 2 years passed. 2 years passed and that present stayed on the kitchen table unopened. Until one day, he was like, I want to eat some chocolate. This man goes, I want to eat some chocolate. He reaches for my present. He opens it and he's like, oh, it's a razor. Sir! I was incredulous. Let me tell you. Oh my goodness. So he puts it in the bathroom. He doesn't open the razor. He just puts it in the bathroom, and then every time I walked into the bathroom, I just see the razor sitting unopened Instead of in the kitchen, now it's in the bathroom. Oh my goodness. A razor sharp could be a knife? You know, I never thought of it that way. I guess there's enough of a loophole. It comes with, what was it, 4 or 5 blades? So maybe that was enough of a loophole that more blades equals no knife? I don't know. But I did tell my parents about the present, so they knew I was giving it to him, and they didn't have any objections. So if they have no objections to the superstition, then I have nothing to say too. 2 years would that's what my mom said. She was like, would chocolate even be good after 2 years? I mean, it's chocolate, right? For some reason in my head, I keep thinking that chocolate doesn't go bad. I guess it does, but it's not like... I don't know. I never thought of it, but I guess in my head I always thought of chocolate as it doesn't go bad. Does Coca-Cola go bad? Because did I say this? But I was out with a friend and I got a Coke and the Coke was still in the Christmas packaging. And I was about to drink it and my friend goes, hey, that has the Christmas packaging. Like, is it still safe to drink? And I was like, it's Coca-Cola. There's nothing in Coca-Cola that is healthier when it's not expired than it is expired. Soda? Yes, the soda. Like, I mean, Coca-Cola's already bad for me, right? Like, how much healthier would it be if it wasn't expired, you know? At least that was my justification. It's already unhealthy. What difference does it make being expired or not? It's just all chemicals. Waiting by the box. Literally, we would eat dinner together and I would be staring at that box, waiting for the day he would open it and go like, wow, a razor, it's not chocolate. But instead I got, oh, it's a razor, it's not chocolate. Like, you're pretty sure it expires? I'm sure it expires, but you know, like, Coca-Cola's all chemicals anyway, so how much worse would it be if it was expired? You know? Don't fact check me on that, by the way. I mean, Coca-Cola is able to, like, what is it? Have you seen all those experiments with Coca-Cola? The ones where someone will leave like a rusty spoon in it and then by the time they pull it out, it will have eaten through all the rust and stuff. Or they'll put an egg into Coca-Cola and it'll like dissolve the egg or something. Chemicals can go bad from the mixture going bad or something. I never thought of it that way. But hey, listen, that was like last week and clearly I'm still alive. So, you know what? We vibe. Okay, look, I got through the entirety of Simulation Universe without any lag, without my ping going into the yellow or red. ISP guy, he did it. I might have to pay quite a bit for it, but you know, it works and it was a one-time payment, so my gosh. I'm sorry I doubted you, Mr. ISP. Alright. Now I will hop into something else. Hold up. I'm out here doing science experiments with Listen. I remember when I was a kid as well, my parents would, when I was sick, one of the things that they would give me to feel better was warm Coke, like warm Coca-Cola. They'll heat it up with some lemon and ginger, I think, and give it to me like that. It was stable. Oh my gosh. Say what now? I can't tell you how relieved I am. I'm so relieved. Oh my goodness. Let me see what I can. I think I was gonna do something. Fine, let's see what I have. No, I'll do that some other time. Let's do cats hidden in somewhere. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it worked. I remember when I was in elementary school, they did the we did the science experiment of, you know, putting an egg into vinegar. The one where you drop an entire egg into vinegar and it eats through the shell, and then it causes the entire egg to go bouncy. Have you ever done that experiment? It was kind of gross, not gonna lie. Okay, hold on, let me turn down the sound. Let me turn down the sound. Sounds familiar. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had to do it myself, but I think I watched the teacher do it. I think it was also a whole thing of like, it was a whole acidity thing. Alrighty, kitty cats. There's the Great Wall of China, the palace, the giant Buddha statue. Ooh, the opera. I don't know enough about China, to be honest with you. The craziest thing I found out about my dad is the fact that he used to ride a motorcycle when he was younger. Dad lore that I never knew that I didn't know. You did the cucumber into pickles. No, I didn't do that one. No. Oh, all the cats have Chinese names. That's cute. But yeah, we did the egg in vinegar. I don't particularly know why we did it, to be honest with you. It was interesting though. Funny dad. Literally, I have him like posing in I have a photo of him posing in a polo shirt against a motorcycle. He was like, yeah, that's how all of us did it back then. We would just all ride motorcycles. And I was like, why do you sound like you're in a motorcycle gang? I think my parents were definitely the trope of, you know, not really a bad boy, but for the sake of the story, bad boy and the studious girl. I think that was their trope. The way my mom explained it to me anyway. You know, like he was the fun-loving boy who didn't really go to school, ended up working, but you know, still hung out with his friends and everything. Meanwhile, my mom went to every class, loved going to school and everything. The families were friends. Like my dad's family and my mom's family were friends. And my mom didn't like my dad. But, you know, eventually, after a lot of pushing from family, they got together. The anime MC of a motorcycle. It's funny because now I think that now my mom is probably more badass than my dad. He ruled the streets and only... Oh my goodness. They are a romance trope. They are literally a romance trope. Hi, Eclipse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm actually really planning on turning, you know, getting a live 2D model of it soon. I'm not entirely sure when, but I just know that I do want one. Like, as I continue streaming, I do want a live 2D model. It's just gonna take some planning. A lot of planning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is this the... I hope so as well. Upgrading the works, I hope so. The thing is, I have a lot of ideas in mind for what I want my model to look like. Obviously, I want it to look like me. But you know, I need to think about things like the specifics. And the specifics is always the hardest part, right? When it comes to designs. Well, not even designs. I think in any sort of like character creation, like in story writing and stuff, I think it's always the details that get people, at least in my experience. Like, I could think of a great character. I've thought of characters in my past where, you know, making my own OCs and stuff, but it's always like the little details that really trip me up, and then commitment issues happen and I'm like, what if I commit to this and I don't like it in the future? All according to Keikaku. Yes. Yeah, the devil's in the details. The pricing and specifics quite difficult. Yes, that's to be honest, when I first started streaming, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna, you know, enjoy it, which is why I couldn't justify getting like, you know, full live 2D and stuff immediately. I just wanted to dip my toe in, see if I liked it first, instead of throwing my entire investment into it. And now that I'm further into it, I can tell that I do like streaming. And I do want to continue streaming. So at this point, I'm like, obviously I don't have to get a live 2D model. I enjoy my PNG quite a bit. And obviously I can continue streaming with a PNG. But I think it would be nice having a live 2D model. And of course, because I'm doing this as like kind of like a passion project, there's nothing really forcing me into anything. I can take my time with it. Or yeah. Yeah, it's nice to take it slow. Sometimes I watch other streamers and I'm like, wow, they have a lot going on, and I'm like, that would be nice. But no, I think I like my little slow and steady. No pressure. Yes. I think streaming is a way, I guess you can consider it a side gig. For me, it's more of like a chill thing, because relax and unwind kind of thing, because I like most people who are in my community know, I do work, so most of the time cozy games are for like when I'm done work. Unless we're stressing on the phone, and oh my goodness, my heart rate, the way they got me in like the first 10 seconds. What is it, like, was it 10 seconds? In the first opening cutscene of Killer Frequency, the way my heart rate jumped up to 100 something. Oh. Hi Onyx, welcome to stream. No, surprisingly, I went through Honkai Star Rail. I did the entirety of Simulation Universe for this week, and despite just a little bit of lag, nothing happened. Everything went so much smoother. I'm so happy about that. I guess like another thing that I was kind of worried about when I first started streaming also was, first of all, internet, and second of all, my PC, seeing if it could handle it. But hey, looks like it's going fine, so yay! And hey, if after all of my internet problems and my PC whirring louder than an airplane, if I can still stream like this, I think anyone else can too. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day or night, week. Is this a snake? Does China have snakes? I actually don't know. Yes, all we need is a small fun community. I am actually very grateful for the small community we have. I'll be honest. Streaming to no one scared me, but at the same time streaming to a lot of people also scared me. So I think it's nice to just build it up. Start from the beginning. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. I kind of forgot that some of these things are interactive. High five. You started Honkai 3 days ago, and now you have 12 golden tickets, level 15 adventure, and your entire team is at level 20. I think you're doing just fine. I started Honkai, I think day 1. I think I started Honkai day 1. And now there's gonna be a new Honkai game. I think it's called like Honkai Nexus or something. And at first I wasn't interested in playing, but then I saw some of like the... Are they leaks? I can't tell if they're leaks or not, but I saw some images and it seems kind of Pokemon-y, and I was like, yes. Okay, how many am I missing? I'm missing 11. How am I missing 11? Oh, here's one. Oh, 10 left. 10. Okay, where are we? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. You know, if I wasn't playing Cats Hidden in China or one of the cats hidden somewhere, I was thinking of playing Cats... What is it? Cats Placed Perfectly? Cats Fitted Perfectly? Cats... something. You know, like that puzzle game where you can fit everything into like specific... Oh... Pandas! They're so dumb and clumsy. I love them. How are you guys not... How are you guys surviving? Genshin... Hoyo's Golden Goose is the anomaly. Yeah, Honkai was their everything. Honkai Impact 3rd? Honkai 3rd Impact? Something like that. That was like... I think that was one of like their starting whatevers. Well, technically... some people say that Genshin is also connected to the whole Honkai universe. Like how Raiden Shogun is Acheron and someone from Impact. So some people say that it is all connected. What is that ringing noise? What is that ringing noise? I don't like that ringing noise. Is it because I reached under 10? Yes, the one that Yuko played, but with cats. They have a cat one, they have a dog one, and they have a bird one. Or maybe the bird one is coming out. Can I turn off the ringing noise? Because the ringing... I can't turn off the ringing noise. Darn it. Oh shoot, that just turned it off completely. Oopsie! Hold up. Kiriko, next release, Cats Hidden Around the World 2. Okay. Yeah, the ringing came from the game, but I don't know why it was ringing. It was kind of annoying, to be honest with you. Is it because I accidentally clicked something and it interacted? That's annoying. Anyways, I feel like there should be some more cats over here. Yes, I was right. There's one right there. Don't you hate it when there's like some background noise and at the time it's like fine, you don't really pay attention to it, but then someone brings attention to it and then you can't unhear it? I feel like that's what happened. My mind wasn't paying attention to it, and then but the moment I heard it, it wouldn't stop. kitty, kitty, kitty. You thought that was battle? Oh my gosh, is Battle Cat still a thing? What the heck? It's back, isn't it? I don't like that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the sound. But that turns off the music. What if I just turn that down? Okay, time to find these cats lickety split so I can stop the ringing. But yeah, is Battle Cat still a thing? I feel like that was a thing back when I was in high school. When I was in elementary school, I actually wasn't huge into like gaming, movies, videos. I was a reader through and through. So I actually never touched a keyboard until... No, I touched a keyboard in elementary school when we had like the typing classes. I was really bad at it compared to my classmates though, because I never really touched a computer before. There has to be a ring phone. Please let me know if you find a ringing phone. I need someone to pick up that phone. No, this hasn't... I don't think this has ever happened to one of my other maps. China, what is you doing? Okay, where looks like it's missing some cats. So maybe right over here? Over center of the map, maybe? Center of the map, let me see. Monkey! Oh, cat! Haha, I was right! You love type. We had like, what was it? Rosetta Stone? All the right type? I was so bad at it. Oh my goodness. I think the only reason why I got better at typing was university. Because even in high school, I never did much typing. I wrote all of my papers by hand because that's what we did in high school. We write things by hand. And then university came and we got to type and print everything out. And I was like, what? And I could have taken notes by hand, but you know, it's just so hard to take handwritten notes in a 2 to 4 hour class every single day. So I brought my laptop and my goodness, having to speed type everything really gets your typing skills up. There's no better teacher than necessity, in my opinion. Cat. Oh my gosh, do I have to find a cat within a certain time so the bell will stop ringing? Oh no, I thought this was supposed to be a chill game. No, 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 no. One finger, now you use at least 4 to 5 fingers to type. I was actually debating doing a typing game today, like Cozy Typer. I was thinking of doing Cozy Typer for today's stream. But then I thought about it and I was like, no, I want to do a bunch of like... I don't know if I want to do typing for today's stream, so... Oh, that ringing again. I know! What's this game? This one is Cats Hidden Around XYZ. the Cats Hidden series. So cats hidden around the world, cats hidden in China, cats hidden in Germany, Japan, Italy. The Travel Cats. You know what? That's a good name too. Cat. Okay, 5 more. You know what's really cool that my mom taught me? It's the fact that in China, they write their tally marks different. So I think in America, we would write it like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll cross it off with the 5th line. But then in China, they would write 1 across, 2 down, 3 like that. No, 3 down, a little one down, 4, a little one across, and then 5 the bottom. At first I thought it was really weird, but ever since my mom taught me that, I kind of understand. Because I think with like our tally marks, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then across, if you have too many of those tally marks, it can get very jumbled up. But with the way like the Chinese write their tally marks, it's all in like a perfect little square, so you can just count each little like character, which is really cool. Is it a Chinese thing or is it just my mom thing? Oh, it is a Chinese thing. Or it's an Asian thing. Oh, apparently Brazil, France, South America, Spain, they also have different tally marks. It's a square with a diagonal line. That's cool. That's cool. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. How to stop the rain? No, that's okay. I think if I don't focus on it too much, I might be able to tune it out. It's okay. I'm very close with just 4 more cats. Here, kitty kitty. Here's another fun fact for you. Pandas, well, cats in Chinese is, oh, here's one, is mao, and pandas in Chinese is hong mao, xiong mao. I don't know the tonal for that one. Hold up. But it literally means bear cat. Xiong mao. Literally meaning bear cat. They're not quite as graceful as actual cats, but they're cute. You feel like the Roman numbers are used in the Roman language? Or not? I remember when I went to a math tutor when I was a kid. One of the things I had to memorize... Well, I had to memorize... What? What'd you say? I found it! Hold up. What does it say? I missed it? Oh, dang it. Anyways. I can't believe it. The phone, it was right here. You were right. I just had to find the phone. You were right. Oh my goodness. But yeah, when I was in math tutor, she had me memorizing formulas. So how to, like, the formulas for volume, the formulas for surface area, you know, like for a cube it's length times width times height. The surface area of a cube would be length times width times 6 or whatever. Stuff like that. And for some reason, one of the things that she wanted us to memorize also was the Roman numerals up to 100. I don't know what that had to do with me learning math, but hey, Roman numerals. Yay! Yeah, there was a ringing phone. I'm kind of upset that I turned down the sound, because the moment I picked up the phone, I think there was someone talking and I couldn't hear what it was. Giant angry ball of fur. Yes. Isn't that Garfield? When you say giant angry ball of fur, isn't that just Garfield? Has anyone watched Garfield and Friends? It's an animated show about Garfield and Friends. When I first watched it, I was kind of in shock. I did not expect Garfield's voice to be that low. But after watching it some more, I think it fits him. You know, like a grumpy old man type of thing. Like a cantankerous old man. Which kind of makes sense because he's always talking about how he's old. And whenever his birthday comes around, they all joke about how many candles he was gonna get on his cake and stuff. That's a big hungry ball over. Yes. I love Garfield so much. Is the Garfield website still up? It's not. Stop. I think I mentioned this before, but the Garfield no. No way. I knew that I couldn't play the scavenger game anymore, but the entire Garfield website's gone? Nickelodeon, why? Was it Nickelodeon? No. That was where I would read all of the Garfield comics. Like, I read it from the first ever Garfield comic. From the very first one back in like 1970? Was it? Because I loved it so much that I went into the website and I went all the way back to 1970 something, and I read all the comics up until recent days. What do you mean they shut it down? No! You saw the 3D show? I actually never watched the 3D one. You think it was pretty good? Maybe I should watch it. I love Garfield so much. You used to collect Garfield comics? Honestly, I remember reading the Garfield comics in the newspaper. Whenever my parents... Because my parents have a little like mom and pop little store. So they would get the newspaper every day. They would only get like 1 or 2 copies because not many people, like people were stopping reading newspapers. But in the start of every day, I would go in and I would read the comic section before, basically before letting them sell it. Calvin and Hobbes as well. Yes. You really thought you can defeat me, wretched fool? One day you impulse bought the entire Calvin and Hobbes. My brother, I was not gonna lie, I was kind of proud of him. He went to the library, and basically every time he goes to the library now, he brings home like a new thing of Garfield, and he brought home like the entire collection of Calvin and Hobbes. It was great. Brother has taste. You think, well, you know what why the phone rings? It was a clue. You think there was a clue? Dang. Ring again. Now that I know you're here, ring again. Dang it. You the Sunday paper since yes, and it was always it wasn't just one strip. It was an entire page. Well, not like an entire page, but it was like 2.5 strips, kind of like, you know, like the big Sunday edition. Wait, why am I here? Man, I miss those days. Where am I supposed to catch up with the Garfield comics now? That's gonna haunt me. Hold up. Garfield comics read. I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess I could read it here, but I don't know. I miss the good old days of Garfield. I miss Garfield.com already, and I just found out about it. New Bob the Builder remake? Ooh. Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Bob the Builder. No, we can't. Give me back my Garfield. The black market. Shh. Do you have a supplier? Do you have a supplier for the goods? I won't tell anyone. Supply me the goods. Banana. They also changed the themes. They changed the theme song. Okay, you know what I've been watching to go to sleep recently? I've been watching Mythbusters, the original Mythbusters. Cat. And I've been watching Blue's Clues, the original Blue's Clues. To this day, I still reference the mail song at work because I'm usually the one who picks up mail for my department. So sometimes when I let them know that I'm gonna go pick up the mail, I would send them a meme from Blue's Clues of Steve waving around the envelope. Here's the mail, it never fails. Makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail. Mail. Let's hit all the lanterns. On the dark web, asking shady people if they got any Hey, psst. Psst. You know, I'm not... You know, I'm one of you. Give me the goods. I won't tell anyone if you don't. Come on, I know you got the sauce. Oh, speaking of like why am I saying speaking of the dark web? I was watching kind of like not a documentary, but I was watching like a YouTube video. Like I knew this website existed. I just didn't realize people were so dumb about it. It's a website called Rent a Hitman. It's a fake website. It's a spoof website. So no, you cannot hire a hitman. But the fact that people still fall for it, insanity to me. You saw Evangelion and Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann is 100 times better. To be honest, I've never watched Gurren Lagann, I think. Have I? Hold up, let me see. I feel like Gurren Lagann. Oh, no. I did watch it. The moment I saw the redhead girl, I was like, yep, I have watched it. It was just a really long time ago. The redhead girl and the blue-haired guy, yes. Yeah, I have watched it, but it was so long ago. There are only bits and bobs that I remember. Mainly the characters. I don't even remember their names, but hey, I at least remember their design. I remember thinking they were so cool. Oh, that's cute. Oh yeah, here's another fun fact for you guys. Oh. It's cool. And we're back to business. That was cool. I love those type of little Easter eggs. But yes, another fun fact is last Friday was Dragon Boat Festival. It was Dragon Boat Festival, which is a festival where I believe I searched this up once. It celebrates this guy who was very loyal to his country. It celebrates this guy's loyalty. And during the festival, we make a lot of sticky rice, and then we basically share it with friends and family. What's a dragon boat? Ooh, it's a really, 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 really long boat. It can sit so many people, like 20 to 100 plus people. It depends on how serious people are about the whole dragon boat thing. Like, for example, there are like, you know, like, let's say like the kiddie league where they'll just have like, you know, just a few paddlers, and then sometimes you have to like really serious leagues where you have like a really long boat and there are like 100 people sitting in it and one drummer, and the drummer's there to keep beat for the paddling. And it's just basically a festival where a bunch of dragon boaters, like, they'll compete. I think the lore is something like, okay, so there was this guy who was like really into his country, super loyal to his country, but then I think the emperor allied himself with someone that this guy didn't agree with. Like, oh no, our country's gonna go down. But then the emperor or someone ignored him and still allied himself with this person, this other country, this other faction, I don't know, and exiled this loyal guy. And then eventually I guess like the nation went downhill because of this alliance that this emperor guy agreed to, and the loyal guy was so distraught over the fall of his nation that he threw himself into water. And then people were so moved by it that they threw sticky rice into the river so that the fish would eat the sticky rice and not him. Yeah. And yes, the dragon boats are shaped like dragons. So it's like a really long boat with like the head is like kind of like a dragon. And I think that's kind of like where the person with the drum sits, and he or she will beat on the drum in time, and everyone else is supposed to paddle in time to the beat of the drum. And of course, if you want to go fast, the drum has to go fast, and everyone still has to keep beat. Because if someone doesn't follow the beat, then things can go very, very wrong. But yeah, they can go really, really long, and it can be, yeah. I have friends and family who used to do dragon boat, or like they still do dragon boat. But yeah. Did Toriyama ever finish Sandland? I've never heard of Sandland. And what the hell is Kishimoto doing with Boruto? We don't talk about Boruto, okay? We don't talk about Boruto. Boruto does not exist. Cat! Oh my god, the last cat I found, his name was Dong. Where did he go? I did it! Cat City in China, complete! That's another one off my list. Yippee! Okay. Timer unlocked. No thank you! Thank you very much. We don't talk about next gen anime. We don't. We really, really don't. Yes, at least 10-Year Blood War is going well. To be honest, I kind of stopped watching Bleach after a while. Soul Society arc was really, really good. But yeah, I just really don't like next gen anime. It's like the thing with Boruto is his father already defeated God, like the god in their world, basically. So now that they have a second gen, they need to find some way to put second gen into a crisis. But what do you do when you've already used God, their version of God, as an enemy? Like, what else is left? What else is left after you've used God as an enemy? You know? And then as for Inuyasha, I didn't even try. I didn't even try with Inuyasha. Not after what I heard they did with Sesshomaru. Sesshomaru and Rin have a father-daughter relationship. Why? They were my favorite father-daughter pair. Oh my goodness. You stopped at Aizen? Honestly, yeah, same, I think. You do God Plus. God Plus. Hi, do you want to subscribe to God Premium? Okay, what else can we do? Let me see. Okay, I can do that now. What do I have? What do I have? I do have Cozy Typer, but I don't feel like that right now. Hunter x Hunter, Black Clover, and One Piece are slowly but still going to end. There is an end to One Piece, and I think he's getting there. Oda is getting to the end of One Piece. I do know that. How much longer is... I don't know, but I do know that it is going to end. Speaking of One Piece, have you guys seen the live action, the new live action Chopper? Sometimes I feel like I'm too critical of live action, but live action Chopper is very cute, but he's very skinny. He's very I'm used to Chopper being chub. You know, I'm used to him being round. I feel like live action Chopper isn't round enough. One day One Piece will end. That will be the end of a whole generation. That'll be an end of an era. My goodness. We would have witnessed an era. And then came the day Ash retired from Pokemon. Oh, that was a day. That was indeed a day. You know what happened recently? My friend Yuko, here's the thing. I'm not a huge, like, when it comes to anime and shows and stuff, I'm not a huge, like, anti-spoiler. Obviously, like, you know, double check to see if I'm still okay with spoilers before you spoil anything. So Yuko actually spoiled something in Black Butler for me. Obviously she did the whole spoiler thing, and it was of my own choice to open that spoiler. I opened it and then I immediately closed it because I got so sad. I got so sad. I didn't even catch up to Black Butler, but I opened the spoiler of my own volition. I did it to myself. She sent me the spoiler, all hidden and everything. I chose to open that spoiler. I'm still blaming her. I still blamed her for it. Because now that she knew that I opened the spoiler, like, she continued to send me stuff through spoiler, and I continued to open it because, I don't know, I guess I'm a masochist now, but I kept opening it after being upset about that spoiler, and I just kept getting sadder. Why would I do that to us? I don't know. I mean, I already spoiled myself with the sadness, so why not continue it? ReZero is more or less the perfect way to do it. Isekai. I don't think I watched ReZero. I don't think I watched ReZero. But I hear that it's really, really good. Like, it's an isekai OG. And honestly, as someone who enjoys isekais, I should probably watch it. But man, Black Butler. I love Black Butler so much though. Well, I loved it a lot. I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish it now. Oh boy. I think I mentioned this, but sometimes I just rewatch things that I know is going to make me sad just to feel something. So One Piece Going Merry is something that I go back to a lot. Assassination Classroom is something I go back to a lot. Actually, a lot of One Piece I go back to a lot because I cry so easily. Honestly, all the backstories. Just wait for Black Butler 2. Isn't Black Butler on their like 4th or 5th season now? I think they like also changed up the art style or something, right? The art style or the how do you say, the voice actor? Was it the voice actor or the art? I don't remember. So Nintendo and Mario anime. Why not make an anime about Mario? Honestly, that would work. An anime about... I mean, what... I was gonna say, what would an anime about Mario even be like? But then I remember they made an entire Mario movie, so like I shouldn't be so surprised. I really do want... Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm kind of conflicted on this, but you know how like you really... Have you ever had moments where you really, really like a story? Whether it be a book, any sort of media really. And you're like, man, this would be a great anime, this would be a great TV show, this would be a great whatever. But then at the same time, you don't want them to make it because that piece of media is already so good. That's how I kind of feel about a lot of things, right? That's how I felt about Percy Jackson. Which is why I still haven't watched the live action. Even though a lot of people say it's good, I still can't bring myself to watch it because I already love the books that much. It's how I feel about, you know, those like Vocaloid songs that tell a story. Because I love Servant of Evil. I love The Tower of I. What else? Bad and Night was also really good. Like those ones have really good stories. Those Vocaloid songs have really good stories. They tell amazing stories. And I'm like, wow, Tower of I would be an amazing movie. But what can they do in a movie that they haven't already covered in the music video, you know? Super action-packed with tons of over-the-top anime action versus Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sonic did it with Sonic X and it works just like the movies. I know someone who's super into Sonic, and honestly, knowing the Sonic lore makes me really interested in either playing the game or watching something. Honestly, a lot of cartoons have really, really good lore. Danny Phantom's still one of my favorites. And then I also know like My Little Pony, it can go like hard. But World War Z and getting hella let down by the movie. That's why I'm like, I love this piece of media so much that I would want an adaptation, but at the same time, I really don't want an adaptation. Kirby lore? I don't know Kirby lore, I'll be honest. I feel like I just know like the very basic of like, you know, Kirby fighting against enemy. Yay! Kirby eats everything. Yippee! You know, stuff like that. I don't know enough about actual Kirby lore though. It's dark. I'm kind of a sucker for like, oh, this looks all happy and stuff, but it's actually dark. Kind of like how I feel about, what is it? My brain stopped. I need to kickstart my brain again. Eternal Sugar! Eternal Sugar is who I was thinking of. Like, you know, all flowery and everything, but in reality it's actually super dark and twisted. Kirby fights God in the rain. I know that. Like Kirby probably can and will curb stomp Goku. Is that a hot take? I don't know if that's a hot take. Death is a butterfly. Death is represented by a butterfly by like a lot of different cultures, I think. Because I I know in Japan and China, death is represented by a butterfly. Which is why my dad hates butterflies. He never lets me wear like anything butterfly. He doesn't let me put anything like butterflies up because he thinks it represents like the soul of the deceased. And then we put butterflies up on the wall and he didn't notice for like years. So I don't know what to tell you, Dad. The Goku stans will think so. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get cancelled by Goku stans. Yikes. Butterfly is the scariest thing in Kirby. I'm gonna have to find a Kirby and like taunt my friend with it because my friend is a huge Kirby fan. I should find a butterfly and like smack them with it. Because death is sneaky and quiet like that. Okay, listen, that makes me feel bad because the butterflies we stuck everywhere was on the wall over his bed. So that makes me feel really bad now. But the fact that he didn't notice for years, I'm like, Your favorite JoJo part's getting an anime? Hey, when's that coming out? Do you know? Do we know? Sippy water. By the way, I do have music on, right? For this chatting portion? I should. Yes. Let me know if you guys can't hear the music. 2026, 2028 if they want good quality. Yeah, fair enough. I think I saw somewhere, you know how like a lot of people have been complaining about anime quality in the recent years? Like Blue Lock. What was the other one? But I feel like a lot of animes have been getting dunked on for poor animation. And then today I was just scrolling through social media and I saw that someone was complaining that One Piece had over animation. Make up your mind. What? What the heck is over animation? Like I'm actually not caught up with like the One Piece anime at all, so I don't know what the current state of One Piece is at. But what is considered over animation? You heard about that? Right? And then I think I saw someone respond going like, "This is, it's like." Basically what's happening is like God versus God. How do you over animate God versus God? And I'm like, oh, what the heck is going on in One Piece right now? I actually don't know. Land of Lustrous? No, I think I heard of it. Land of Lustrous. I heard of it. I just never watched it or heard of it. Oh, it's an apocalyptic anime. Sorry, not apocalyptic. Post-apocalyptic. Whoa. Osaki no Kuni. Haruko Ichikawa. Does Haruko Ichikawa have anything else? Why does that sound familiar? Where is that? Over anime? I don't even know. Solo Leveling got Anime of the Year and not. I think people were complaining that Solo Leveling was created by Crunchyroll, and considering the Anime Awards was Crunchyroll, I think some people were saying that it just doesn't make sense that way. For Crunchyroll to, crown its own anime of the year. And then people were saying how Solo Leveling is very... Preface, I've never seen or read Solo Leveling. I know the premise though, like I know it's a dungeon. It's about like, those dungeon battles. But some people were saying how the characters weren't memorable, and the only one memorable was the main character. Uriel, hello! Internet sounds going well! I've had 0 drop frames. I've been green this entire time. I am so happy. I'm so happy. I know, I'm so happy. I can finally stream without worrying of... Well, I'm sure something's gonna go wrong. Something is going to go wrong, but at least this time I know that it's not going to be as constant. Knock on wood. Yes. So that's one of my problems out of the way. I'm so happy. I am so happy. But now I just need to find like a 50-foot Ethernet cord for my sister. The anime is so expensive they won't make a season 2. What? For Land of Lustrous? Dang, it was that expensive to make? Sheesh. Hi, Weiss. Hi. But you only saw... I haven't watched Frieren. I haven't watched a lot of the big names this year. So I've never watched Frieren. Dungeon Meshi I haven't watched. Solo Leveling I haven't watched. Like I've heard of them all. Oh, Apothecary Diaries I haven't watched. Man. The anime was in... Oh, was it in 3D? That's cool. And the texture was like real life gems. Oh, wait, I think I heard something like that. I think I... No, I think the one I'm thinking of is that there's an anime coming out that was about geology, I think. Geology. Oh, mineralogy. Ruri rocks. That show is so angsty. Wait, which one? I listed a lot. I listed like Apothecary Diaries, Frieren. I think Frieren's very sad. I think that's what from the bit that I saw, it was very sad. Hoseki no Kuni. Oh, is it sad? I didn't think it was going to be sad because I looked at the cover art and it looked like, I don't know, post-apocalyptic. You read the manga and watched the anime. Oh. Yes, don't spoil me just in case I do end up reading or watching it. I'm very much a reader. I don't usually watch things. I'm a reader. I feel like I can just go through things faster when I read. Oh shoot, is this a... You know what? I need to stop looking at Google Images for Hoseki no Kuni. Because I could have sworn I just saw a body bag. What? You even had to look at your mirror and think, am I real? Oh, honestly, those are the best type of stories. The ones that make you question everything. Oh, since Uriel is here, it just reminds me that ORV is getting a live action. That's dangerous here. Yeah, I had to close Google Images after seeing that because even though I don't know what that means, I'm still gonna, you know, time for me to dip out. Haha. But yeah, ORV is getting a live action. They should get Uriel to play Uriel, I'm just saying. I think they changed the name though, right? Yeah, they changed it to Omniscient Reader, the Prophet. And I just know, like, I've seen a few of the things, like, oh, you know, instead of using swords, they're gonna be using guns and stuff like that. Can you imagine Kim Dok-ja and Yoo Jong-hyuk wielding guns instead of their swords? Wild. So many fights could have been avoided if everyone just had guns. You gotta catch up to the manhwa, but it's dangerous for you. Yeah. And then of course, I retweeted this on Twitter, but Bihyung? The heck did they do to Bihyung? He looks like a Labubu, but like not. But worse. I don't know. I hope they change it for the live action. Because Bihyung, the leaks I see for Bihyung's live action. Yeah, Labubu. I don't know. Please, Uriel, can we get you to play Uriel? I feel like all you have to do is think about Phantom and you would be a perfect Uriel. Or be Uriel. You know? I think all I have to do is send the casting director your stream of you gushing over Phantom and you'll have a job immediately. You've been reading Ragna Crimson. Ooh. Honestly, I love kind of like... Okay, I love typical overpowered MCs. Done well, you know? I don't want like a Gary Stu. I don't want a Mary Sue. But give me someone who is very overpowered, but also rich and well. You know, something about having your main character super strong. I don't know. I like it. Uriel played by Uriel with a guest starring Phantom from Arknights, because that's the only way Uriel will be able to get into her fangirl mode. One of these days, I hope you get popular enough that I'd be... That's a true wish right there. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm putting it forth to the universe. That's... Yep. Make it happen, everyone. Some people dream of world domination. Some people dream of winning the lottery. Some people dream of being squished between Phantom and Tragodia. Tragodia? I don't know how to pronounce that. But you know what I mean. Your ideal fan art. Oh my gosh. Well, I know what to get you for your birthday. Yes, I reached 200. I think I reached it. Let me see when I reached it. I'm very happy that I reached it. Also, 1K by the end of this year? Nah. Nah. Hold up. I think I reached it last week. 200 last week. Thank you. Thank you, Uriel. Thank you, Onyx. Meanwhile, my fan art will be wholesome things. So it's either that or me screaming while I'm randomly opening doors. Because that's been happening a lot. Too much, honestly. I need to stop playing games that get me freaked out. Doors? Yes. You know, like a lot of mystery games have you trying to avoid killers and stuff. Oof. It's a horror game about doors. You know that trope of like opening a door and seeing like a brick wall behind it? I don't know why, but that feels like something that would happen to me. Like I'll open a door and there's just a brick wall. A horror. What would a horror game about doors even be? Would it just be like opening doors to various horrors, eldritch horrors? Anyways, our list of games that we need to play together increases. You move through rooms and there are entities you gotta survive. So the back rooms, but with rooms instead of floors, is what I'm hearing. Each with their own rules. Some enemies will damage you if you look at them. Oh no, not the stone angels. No, that's not the stone. That's the opposite of stone angels. Because stone angels will hurt you if you don't look at them. It's not too bad, but I just take a lot of practice. Uriel, I can't tell you how many times. I cannot tell you how many times I've been on stream and I open a door and my heart rate has spiked to like 100. Yes, Uriel is describing doors from Roblox to me because she was saying how we should play it together, so I asked her to describe it. So yes, that is the game she is describing. Because I was like, what kind of game would be horror, be a doors horror game? I guess that makes sense. You have Roblox. The thing is, I have Roblox on my computer. I think it was just for my brother to play on it for a bit. But now he has it like on his iPad, so that's fine. I say his iPad, but it's not even really his. You're a resident spooky game enjoyer. Spooky games are more enjoyable for me on the sideline. When I'm watching someone else go through it, yeah, I'll have a great time. Watching someone else go through the spook, yes. Myself going through that spook, the amount of sweat I had, no. I was a pro at the backrooms. Wasn't there a moment when we were playing backrooms when I low-key died? And then you and Yuko were like, hey, Kiriko's pointed to that way. And you guys just went through that way and you won? Like, what? I had nothing to do with that. I just died. Silent Hill or Resident Evil? Neither, thank you very much. We'll ask like the resident horror experts. Silent Hill or Resident Evil, guys? You've only played the one with a different colored monsters that you hide from? I think my brother mainly plays like what are those ones called where like a bunch of people are put together? Oh, like battle royale ones. I think that those ones are the ones that my brother plays. Our backrooms playthrough was hilarious. What was it? That hospital. I will never forget that hospital scene where we're just trying to find our way through the freaking hospital, but then it was either Uriel or myself leading. Why? Who let us lead? Uriel, who let us lead? The worst part was when none of us realized we had to just close it. Oh my goodness. And then once we did realize, we ended up closing the door on each other. Oh lord. So basically, what we got from that Backrooms collab is in a horror movie situation, none of us would survive. In fact, we would be each other's undoing. Always gonna... You don't leave the bait alive, okay? Like, there's a reason why in the first one, I was out there whistling, okay? I was the one out there, you know, luring the monster towards me. I'm not supposed to survive, okay? I'm not supposed to be the one surviving. If you guys die, like, SOL. Fear of Infinite IKEA from SCP. Honestly, IKEA, liminal space. I could probably spend an entire week in IKEA. IKEA meatballs, they're not the best, but they're pretty good. IKEA ice cream is very good. I love IKEA ice cream. In fact, I actually need to go to IKEA. I would need a bookshelf. I was looking at different IKEA bookshelves, and like the space I have is very tiny. Like it's less than 2. Is it? It's about 30 inches. The space I have. So I needed to find a bookshelf that would fit in that space, and I was like, oh, these 2 bookshelves are nice. Hey, what do you think about this? Referring to my sister. Hey, come take a look at this. What do you think about these 2? Which one looks better? And she looks at me and she goes like, well, one of them's $45 and the other one's $195. And I was like, oh, $45 it is. The moment you tell me the price difference is like $100, yeah, no, I'm always gonna go with the cheaper one. For what amounts to the same shelf, yeah, I'm gonna go with the cheaper one. Hi LP, not too bad. How are you? Right now we're just talking about some horror-y things. I told my coworker this the other day. I think she was a little bit like, what the heck? Because I said, I love horror stories. I don't like going through horror movies and horror games. So what I do is that when it comes to horror movies and horror games, I will actually search it up online and read. This is so bad, but I will read the lore. I rather search up the horror movie, the horror game, and read the lore instead of actually going through it myself. Unless it's like a game that I wouldn't mind like watching through. So I've seen a lot of Uriel's horror games because I don't mind sitting through those ones. But things like I don't know, like what have I seen? Home Sweet Home. I ended up reading up the lore on. Madison I read up on because it got me hella confused. I had to read it up. But yeah. Girls and true crime, name a better combo. Listen, true crime is my ish. Okay? I love listening to true crime stuff. Ooh, you're making your way back after visiting family. Have a safe trip. I hope you had a really good time. How has it been? Has it been like a week? You had to make 2 miniatures? Is that supposed to say miniatures, Onyx? Weeks. Honestly, 2 weeks is a pretty good amount of time for time away. I feel like 1 week is not enough when it comes to visiting like out of country or visiting family out of country. 1 week is not enough, but anything longer than 2 weeks, I feel like I would get stir crazy unless I'm with people I know and love, you know? So if I were to visit family in China, I think 2 weeks would maybe be enough for me. But if I'm not visiting family, if I'm actually traveling around, 2 weeks definitely wouldn't be enough. I think we'll have to go for much longer than that if like sightseeing and everything is on the itinerary. So when are we getting Discord server? One. I almost said 100k. There's no way we're getting to 100k. 1k. We're getting Discord 1k. At least that's my goal. It'll be very sad if we don't hit that goal, but you know, c'est la vie. So 2 years? However long it's going to take. I'll get there. Thank you. Thank you for your belief. Yes. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream here now today, guys. I need to go eat dinner, but thank you guys for chatting with me. Thanks for playing games with me. Thank you for testing the internet with me. Guys, we succeeded. I succeeded. Internet gonna succeeded. Oh my god. I can stream now without too much of an interruption. Yeah! One step at a time, and today's step was internet. Ah. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Thank you guys. Thank you LP. Thank you Seiya now. Thank you Sire. Thanks for being here, Onyx. Alrighty. Bye bye. And of course, thank you Uriel. Bye bye.